Good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here. I wanted to share with you a really important concept about giving and receiving because I don't know about you, but I wonder if you have ever been on the receiving end when you deal with somebody who is literally just a giver, somebody who just gives and gives and gives, yet finds it really hard to receive. I feel that this relationship, friendship, connection with this person becomes lopsided, very unbalanced very quickly. I noticed that on both ends of the scale many times in my life, and there were certain lessons that I took away from that. And I remember a friendship of with a lady that came into the restaurant that I was working in. I was temping for a while in a really beautiful Italian restaurant in a district in Vienna, while I was studying. And this lady came in all the time, like she was a local, and she claimed a friendship with me in a very bizarre way. And she was just every time she came in, she was sharing me with compliments, and she recorded tapes for me, cassette tapes, like I'm giving away my age here. And she would just give and give and give, and it was so unbalanced. I felt actually quite claustrophobic that I pushed back, and it almost felt like breaking up with a relationship. Although to me, in my mind, it wasn't even as much as a friendship. She was a local in the restaurant I worked for. Now, I do understand this about my personality type, that I connect with people very easily, and very quickly people can get this feeling of friendship with me. And I still have to protect myself somehow, because people then sort of tend to take over and I allow it. So, in this whole scenario, as in feeling into the imbalance of it all, I learned a lot about myself, my personality type, how I tend to come across for people, how things can be very easily taken in a different way, how I actually mean it, and I had to do a lot of work around that. Yet, the most important lesson that I took away from that is the imbalance in it all. So, when you're dealing with a giver and they don't allow themselves to receive, it is almost like they let you stand in front of a closed door. So I had friendships with people where I would get messages every single day. Hey, how are you going? Tell me about your day. And I would respond, and I would share, and I would open my heart. And then I was like, so tell me about you. And then it's like, oh, no, no, today's just about you. I just want to know how you are going. I'm like, hold on. Why am I not allowed to know about your day? And I know that the intention was to hold space for me and to send love and to support me. Yet I am left high and dry. I am left feeling like, come on, I want to share with you. For me, every connection, every friendship, every relationship needs to be balanced over time. And the over time is really important, because there might be times where one person gives a lot more than the other, where one person goes through a rough time, where, let's take my uh, life as an example. When Rob passed away, obviously that was a really intense and rough time for us. And a lot of people jumped on board to come and want to help us. And I was in this unbalanced situation where I did not know how to allow it in. I did not know how to literally like open the doors to those people to come in, help us, support us, hold space for us. I didn't know how to do that. I was so worried that when I allow people in, that I start relying on that help. And that was a really key moment for me when I realized that I was worried that I would start relying on people's help, and then I would not know how to cope on a day when nobody's available. And these days do come. These days do come when life goes back to normal. And usually that's around the 3 to 6 months mark, depending on how close you are with your friends. But around the 3 to 6 months mark, people start dropping off after an adversity. And I was worried about how I would cope if people would drop off. So I didn't want to allow them in the first place. And then I realized something else, next learning curve, and I want to share this with you. And I really want you to listen to this closely because this is such an important part of this entire balance. When you put yourself in the other person's shoes, so in our situation, when Rob passed away and people came in and they wanted to help and they wanted to be there for us and support us, and I didn't know how to allow that in. I realized that by me thinking not only how am I going to cope if nobody's there, but also I don't want to be a burden. That was a big one. I don't want to be a burden now for other people. Yet it couldn't be further from the truth. People wanted to help. People needed to help. People needed to have this feeling that there's at least something I can do for my best friend's wife, for my brother's wife, for my whoever they were in Rob's life. They wanted to help us. They too felt helpless. They too didn't know how to actually cope with Rob's passing, so they wanted to do something for us. And by me hiding away in the, I don't know how I'm going to cope if nobody else is there, or by me hiding away in the, I don't want to be a burden for anyone, I actually deprived them of that feeling, at least there's something I can do. And once I realized that, I started opening up to those people. I started saying yes to people. I started saying yes, please, when people offered help, or I started calling out for help when I felt that I needed it. It is not easy to ask for help for the very reasons that I have just explained. Yet once you allow yourself to open up the doors for others to come in, to sit with you, to hold space with you, for you, to come and do your dishes, come and cook for you, whatever it is that you need help with. Once you allow that in, you start feeling the balance of life again, and that's what you need. Because when somebody so close to you passes away, you're completely out of balance anyway. So by allowing others in, by allowing your friends, your family, your partner's friends or family to come in and help you and support you and hold space for you, have fun with you. Yes, have fun with you. That's when you start feeling the balance of life again. That's when life starts recalibrating and really putting you back into this motion of, I've got this. I can do this. I can do this on my own with friends. No matter if somebody's there for me or not, I can do life again. So if you are one of those givers, think about what is preventing you from opening the doors to receiving as well. Sometimes there is a fear of being vulnerable. You might have been hurt before and decided it is safer to just give but not allow anybody in. It still makes you feel great because you can see how everybody is happy and feels supported and loved when you just hand out the support and love, but at the same time you're not allowing it in for yourself. So is there a question of vulnerability feels unsafe? Maybe just look at that. Just allow yourself to see that. Why are you not allowing it in? Or sometimes this over giving, this out of balance giving happens from a very deep need of feeling significant. of wanting to feel seen, wanting to feel admired by people for your constant giving. Yet it does fall out of balance. If you only give and you don't allow yourself to receive, it does fall out of balance. And it's not just for you that you are left short, that you are left closed off if you don't allow people in. The other person feels it too. The other person feels like he or she is standing in front of a closed door. So think about, do you just want to be the Good Samaritan and running around and handing out stuff to people? Or do you actually want to connect with people? Do you actually want to form a relationship, a friendship, a connection? A true heart-to-heart connection has to have giving and receiving. So maybe just think about that. I want each of you to check in right now. Are you one of those people who only give, or do you allow yourself to receive as well? Both feels amazing once you understand all of that. I hope, really, really hope that you do check in with your heart and really sit with that and allow yourself to notice, how much do you give? How much do you receive? Do you feel left high and dry at the end of the day? Or do you feel that you are in harmony, that you are in balance, that you do your fair share of giving and receiving? Because that's the only way how you can be in flow, in balance, in harmony. And I truly wish that for you. And my inbox is always open. If you want to reach out, I'd love to chat to you. I'm sending you so much love. This is Marie. Bye for now.